This is the Making Noise podcast.
How do you approach that with people, especially when they're very resistant with altering their behavior?
Yeah, I haven't worked directly with too many people on this yet. I'm hoping to in the future. So right now I'm doing a lot of that work on myself because I'm definitely like type A. Like I have to do everything. I have to do as much as possible, and I have to be perfect at everything. So that's what I've been unpacking too. But a lot of musicians are similar in that way. And so I think that by doing this work myself and kind of speaking from personal experience, it might help other people relate to it. But when I do talk about it with people, I do often refer to case studies of it, like friends that have done it or people I look up to that have come out with their injury stories and kind of like how they've overcome it. And they're still incredible musicians and are getting professional opportunities playing in orchestras. So it can be done. And I think by showing people success stories like that or telling them, it makes it easier. Because when you're told, okay, well, you have to make all these changes, then people kind of like freak out, I think, which is understandable. Like you're like, well, I've gotten this far with working the way I have been, and it's been working for me, so I'm going to keep going. When they're actually like really like hurting, and even if they don't kind of admit that to themselves, it's just so much easier when you're able to take care of yourself and prioritize yourself, and in addition to doing your craft. And I also think it's important for people to know that you are your own person, and playing music is what you do. It's not who you are, which is hard to understand sometimes because as artists, we just put everything into our work. And I'm sure you can relate to that, where it's hard to kind of separate ourselves from our music. And that's also another interesting topic where the reason that a lot of artists take criticism so personally is because they put so much of themselves into their music making or into their composition. And so when you receive a piece of negative criticism, you really take that personally. And I have struggled with that my whole life. And so that's another component, just really being able to identify your sense of self apart from your music, and then saying music is what I do and what I love, but it's not who I am. And that also helps build confidence, and it helps take criticism, which is something that we have to be used to as performing artists, because it's the nature of the industry. And I think being able to separate yourself helps. And then you realize that, oh, I am my own person. I'm worth investing time to take care of myself in addition to playing my instrument or doing my craft.
Oh, wow. That's such a great perspective to have. I'm serious amateur hours happening right now. I forgot to silence my phone. So let me just do that really quick. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. Did it go off? I didn't hear it.
It started going off and then it distracted me, but I did get everything you said.
I didn't hear it. That's good.
Total amateur hour, I'm telling you.
No, it's fine.
Whoa, we've been going for an hour almost. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Went by quick.
It flies by.
Yeah.
I love what you just said about music not being everything you are, or what was the line you said exactly? It was like,
it's not who you are, it's what you do and what you love.
Right. Stephen King has this book on writing, which he describes his craft or whatever. And he talks about how in the 80s or whatever, when he like started reaching success and everything,
yeah,
he was heavily into alcoholism and drug addiction and stuff. And one of the things he always wanted was a giant mahogany desk for his writing, you know?
Yeah.
He placed it in the center of his office, and it was this big desk, whatever. And he said, like, through that whole period, it was a total mess. It was, you know, he doesn't even really remember that period of his life from all of the, you know, drugs and alcohol and stuff. And when he became sober, he threw the desk out, got a tiny little desk and put it in the corner of the room.
Wow.
And the idea behind it was that his life, he doesn't want his life to revolve around his work. He wants his work to contribute to his life.
Yes.
You know? And that's what you just said made me think of that.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie Soul yet? From Pixar?
No.
It just came out. It's on I think it's only streaming on Disney Plus, which
Okay.
I was able to get a free account for 1 year with my Verizon account. So that's why I've been like watching it on Disney Plus. But yeah, if you have a chance, I think you can do a free trial. Yeah.
I do have Verizon.
Yeah, you can do like a 7-day free trial. Just do that and then watch it. But yeah,
what's Soul all about?
It's a great movie about a jazz musician who and I don't want to spoil it too much, but he ends up dying pretty early on in the movie, and so his soul goes up to the great beyond, and basically it was right before he was supposed to play like the gig of his life with like a huge jazz musician, and he had invested like everything into his music. And so the premise of the movie is him kind of reflecting on what kind of life that left him with, other than his music. And he was often like not feeling happy because he's like, well, I don't have this, or I haven't performed with this person, so I'm not worthy. And so the whole plot is really just revolving around like what the bigger meaning or what your purpose is in life. And he ended up discovering that his purpose is not just music, it's a lot more than that. And music was his craft and what his passion, but it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And like so yeah, if you can watch it, yeah, I would highly recommend it. And it's it was pretty sad, you know, like some of those Disney movies like really get you. But
Yeah.
it was, yeah. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great movie. Like everyone needs to watch this.
Aw.
Because it's just like, and it's outlined in a Pixar movie. So it's like, it's easy to follow. It's fun to watch. And then you get a lesson out of it.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. So that really explains kind of what I was talking about well, I think.